Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for that introduction, Steve. I am so pleased to represent Secretary Perry, the Office of Science, and all of the men and women of our Department of Energy this morning. I'd also like to begin by hailing our victors, Yazada High School from Plymouth, Minnesota, and Jonas Clark Middle School from Lexington, Massachusetts, the 2019 Science Bowl champions. Yazada and Jonas Clark have demonstrated not only brilliance, but teamwork, speed, and endurance. Congratulations. I'd also like to salute our runner-up teams who did so well and made it this far. And to all of the teams, all of the students, I want to acknowledge you as well for making it to the championship round in DC. Well done. When this year's competition began, more than 3,000 teams participated, representing all 50 states, Puerto Rico, and the District of Columbia. Yet only 112 teams made it here today. You should be so proud being in the top 5% of the field. After winning against the best and brightest in your regions, you gave it your all this weekend, holding your ground against fierce competition from across the nation. All of the competitors at the National Science Bowl are the best in our nation. So hold your heads high. You are also leaving here as victors, with renewed determination and a renewed spirit for next year's competition. Equally important, I'd like to thank the teachers, parents, and coaches. Without them, none of us would be here. Please join me in thanking your supporters, coaches, mentors, and organizers. They know the hours you've put in, the practice, the study, and the sacrifice. They have seen the sheer tenacity and grit you've shown, and I know how proud everyone is to see you here today. Finally, Steve, I'd like to thank you and your team from the Department of Energy Office of Science for your exceptional work in pulling this extraordinary event together. I know it's a labor of love, but it's also a labor of labor, and your team executes flawlessly every year. What I mentioned about the parents and coaches is true for your team as well. We simply could not do it without all of the National Science Bowl staff and volunteers. Thank you, DOE. Since it began, over 300,000 students have competed in the National Science Bowl. Many of them have gone on to successful careers in science and technology. Some of them have even come to work for us at DOE. Across the U.S., the need for professionals in science and technology far surpasses the supply. As Undersecretary for Nuclear Security, I can tell you there will be a continuing need for a new generation of nuclear engineers, chemists, radiochemists, health physicists, nuclear physicists, technicians, and other related disciplines for decades to come. For our world is growing more competitive. As a nation, we are facing new and rising challenges in science and technology, which means there's tremendous opportunity for each of you. Through the aptitude you've shown, your combination of smarts and heart, you can succeed in the fields of science, engineering, and math, along with completely new fields that have developed since I was a student, such as quantum computing and artificial intelligence. And even as we recognize the need to recruit, develop, and retain the best and brightest workforce in our enterprise today, we see the necessity to build even a stronger one for tomorrow. That's one of the reasons why we host the National Science Bowl each year, along with other challenging competitions like the DOE Cyber Defense Competition, in which university students defend their networks against simulated attacks launched by cyber experts at national labs and in the private sector. It's also why we support a range of STEM-related activities at DOE and across our many national laboratories, plants, and sites nationwide. At our national laboratories, we've decoded DNA, helped kickstart the World Wide Web, brought safe drinking water to countless people, developed technologies that help detect and reduce global nuclear threats, assisted in creating the shale gas revolution, ignited the LED revolution, and we power interplanetary explorers. And at these same labs, we are about to unlock the unprecedented potential of artificial intelligence. DOE AI is already being used to optimize the electric grid, security, increase energy efficiency, among a host of other energy-related applications. AI is also being used to reduce traffic jams, strengthen cybersecurity, predict extreme weather, improve emergency response, and even develop better treatments for cancer and traumatic brain injury. You may be involved in developing innovations and technologies along these same disciplines. And as you continue, chances are you might end up collaborating with DOE alongside your former competitors here. This spirit of inquiry is what the National Science Bowl is all about. And I hope everyone here and those making up the 3,000 teams are ready to explore the possibilities out there for you. It will shortly be your task to build a bigger and bolder future, one that's even greater than our dreams. I'm certain of it. After the competition, I hope you have learned that through your dedication, perseverance, and innovation, there are no limits to what you can achieve. Congratulations again to all of you. We hope to see many of you next year. And for those of you that are aging out of this wonderful event, keep DOE in mind, perhaps for an internship or a future Undersecretary for Nuclear Security. With that, I'd like to turn the program back over to Mr. Zarin to begin the awards ceremony. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good to stay up here.